Welcome back. It is showtime. So you know the era well with Magic Johnson, the Lakers. Now he has a new documentary. Cannot wait to hear about this. Kelli actually talked with Magic Johnson. Plus, The Godfather just celebrated its 50th anniversary, but the real story comes from the making of the famous movie. So Kelli Gillespie, you are in studio. I'm so happy to see you.
So excited. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. So The Godfather, what has now come of it?
Okay, so what is so interesting, I think everyone's familiar with The Godfather, right? It launched Al Pacino, Marlon Brando, but the thing that is so fascinating is the development and the production for Paramount Pictures to get this film made. You know, working with the mafia or them not wanting to work with you at all. So this is called The Offer. It's a 10-part series, and I could not stop watching it. Miles Teller stars as the producer, Albert Rudy, and so I got a chance to talk with the cast.
You've read The Godfather, right?
Godfather, sure. Who hasn't?
What an amazing role. What an unbelievable story. Talk to me about Ruddy and this dedication and commitment to seeing it through the way he wanted The Godfather to be done.
He really earns his stripes in this, and I think those experiences, he just had to deal with so many obstacles all the time, and for an actor, the more stuff you have to deal with, the better. You know, there was never a boring day in the life of playing Al Ruddy.
Absolutely. And you know, Juno, Betty, I want her on my team. I want her in my corner. She was an incredible person.
Yeah, I mean, what an honor, right? She's just a woman that I think we can all learn a little from, about having that kind of the bravery and the balls to kind of, go forth and fight for what she wants, you know, and for what she values.
Robert Evans is such an interesting character. He's brilliant. He can trust his instincts, yet the lines blur between who he is and what he does. Talk to me about getting into his headspace.
Well, it's a true story. It's a brilliant script. I got given such a rich arc because, you know, at this particular point in his life, you know, his paymaster, who's sitting next to me, is demanding certain things of him which he doesn't know whether he'll be able to do. There's a lot of pressure on him, and his taste is amazing, but it's a very up and down ride. And his wife leaves him, and then he hits rock bottom, and also so much happens. So it was like a playground for an actor to be able to be involved in it.
Oh my gosh, that looks so fun. Let's talk about Juno, because fans of Ted Lasso, she's so familiar. I loved her so much in that, so I can't imagine, seeing her in this role.
Oh my, she's fantastic. All of the roles are brilliantly cast, and it's just one of those things that you don't even have to be a Godfather fan or like gangster films. It's that idea that obstacle after obstacle after obstacle gets put in your way. How do you overcome it and then create something that 50 years later, not only are we still talking about it, but it's still like such an important part of cinematic history. So,
and then she plays another strong female who's got the back of the guy.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice,
so
I love it.
This actually starts streaming today on Paramount Plus.
Great, Kelli. But also, let's switch it up now to talk about Magic Johnson. You talk to Magic.
Oh my goodness. So this is the most amazing thing. So I think because of Michael Jordan and The Last Dance, there was a lot of intrigue into basketball, into these sports figures. So of course Magic Johnson is going to be top of mind. So he has a new 4-part series called They Call Me Magic. And so it was very interesting to hear him not only talk about his stuff being shared on screen, but to see him unpack it as well. So here's what he had to say.
Awesome.
Introducing the towering point guard from the Midwest, number 32, Urban Magic Johnson.
I get to tell the truth on my own journey from where I grew up in Lansing, Michigan, and all the way to Michigan State, where I went to college, and then to Los Angeles playing for the Lakers, and then becoming a businessman, but also announcing HIV 30 years ago. People always say, man, I want to be like you. I don't know if you really want to be like me. Can you go through these phases and face adversity and come back from it, right? With that name Magic, see, came expectations. I'm gonna tell you really a secret. I love watching the doc series because I get to see myself play. But don't tell nobody, okay?
Kelli, he's doing great.
I love that he owns it. It's like, I love watching myself play. We love watching you play too, right? Just such a fun, infectious personality, right?
And I will say, I mean, he was diagnosed in the early 90s.
Yes, 91.
And you didn't really hear that much about how he felt about it. Does he address that?
So that's one of the things that I loved is he completely unpacks that, how he felt, how his teammates felt, the decision to even go public with it. Maybe they were just going to keep it private. At the time, it wasn't something widely accepted. And so he really stepped into that role of becoming an advocate to where you're not afraid to shake Magic Johnson's hand, right? And so he's done a lot. Not only does he talk about his basketball, and there's never before seen footage, and his teammates, and his family you hear from too, but then also he talks about, you know, becoming a businessman and stepping into what that chapter of his life looked like until now. So I was thrilled that he invited us in to be a part of that journey.
And his big laugh, he gets it memorable. Kelli, thank you. We'll be right back.